SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat.
Ma'am, I'm engineering second year ENPC student from Jan. And from Jan onwards, I've started UPSC preparation. What plan B I can take? Keeping a plan B. So what do you think? Is it always an advantage, or sometimes it is a disadvantage also? So what are those 2 or 3 common strategies that anybody can apply? So what is your time schedule like? So how many hours do you use to sleep in a day?
And time management was again at a cost. जो आपने सवाल पूछा था. So saying no to parties, saying no to hangouts.
Please tell some important thing as a student should know while taking a degree. Asking what is the best way to explain myself to others. Sometimes it seems more difficult when it is communicating other than the mother tongue.
Okay. Basically, your mother tongue is your comfort zone. But
today we have Shrishti Gupta, an IDS government officer. Her journey of clearing UPSC after first attempting it in 2020 and finally succeeding in 2025 is nothing short of extraordinary and honestly most inspiring story than the movie 12th Fail. In 2019, Shrishti had offers from top companies like Microsoft and Google. But instead of taking them, she made a bold choice to pursue her dream of becoming a civil servant. But what followed was not easy. For the next 5 years, she faced setbacks, self-doubts, and tough decisions. And during this time, she completed her MBA, took up jobs, and constantly questioned whether she had made the right choice. But in 2025, her perseverance finally paid off, and she cleared UPSC and is now an IDS officer. Her journey is a powerful reminder that success is not always linear, and your first job doesn't define your final destination. So let's get talking with Shrishti Gupta now.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You've been very kind for such a generous introduction. And my intention for coming here and doing this webinar is that even if one student or one aspirant gets to learn how to navigate their career or hold their head held high in the time of university, I think it will be worth it. And kudos to you for taking this initiative and inviting me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. So I have few questions for you, and I'm very sure the same, and we'll take the questions from audience as well. So, when you had offers from Google and Microsoft at the same time, and you didn't accept those, so take us back to that moment and tell us that what was going in your mind, and what made you say no to such offers. And what did your family and friends say at that time?
You've asked multiple questions in one question, so I'll address it part-wise. A little bit, I'll share about my journey, ma'am, if it's okay.
Oh, yeah,
So I am an electronics and communication engineer from Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Engineering. It's a tier 2 college, not from IIT, NIT. Okay. After completing my engineering, actually during my engineering, I did around 15 internships in different fields: marketing, fashion, social media, technology, a lot of things. And during this time, I also worked with Microsoft as a student ambassador. So they used to call it MSP program, Microsoft Student Partner, wherein I was actually learning about new technologies and teaching those technologies to a lot of college students and school students. For example, introducing them to LinkedIn, how to build a profile, then about Azure. Then Microsoft had a chatbot back in the day called Roo, and using that and developing all of that. And I used to give sessions in a lot of colleges. I used to travel, and eventually I was selected as an international speaker representing India in Australia. So I went there and again spoke. So I had a long-standing journey with Microsoft already and established my credibility in the work that I did in technology and community building. Now, I would like to share that I had not applied for these jobs. They somehow found my profile, and the recruiters from both the companies reached out, and we did interviews and everything. But by the time they found me out, I had already committed my heart to UPSC. And this is because in college, from day one, I joined NSS, which is National Service Scheme. It is a college society which does social work. So we adopted a village in Haryana. We used to do education drives, sanitation drives, awareness, a lot of things. मतलब literally गली में जाके झाड़ू भी मारा है, लेडीज को काम करना सिखाया है, उन्हें फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट बनाया है, बच्चों को मेंस्ट्रुअल हाइजीन के बारे में बताया है, गुड टच, बैड टच, मतलब बेसिक चीज से लेकर सारा काम किया. एंड आई यूज्ड टू डिवोट ऑल माय वीकेंड्स टू दिस खुद से, विदाउट एनी मॉनेटरी बेनिफिट और एनीथिंग. तो मुझे लगा मैम लाइफ में कि जब मैंने इतनी सारी इंडस्ट्रीज में इंटर्नशिप्स कर ली तो एक फेयर आइडिया लग जाता है कि लाइफ में आप मेहनत करोगे तो कहीं ना कहीं पहुंच जाओगे, जिस भी फील्ड में जाओगे सक्सेसफुल होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी है क्योंकि आप मेहनती हो और एफिशिएंट हो। बट एक्चुअली क्या करने में आपको खुशी मिल रही है? तो मुझे जिस चीज में बिल्कुल ही कोई फायदा नहीं हो रहा था, ना पैसे मिल रहे हैं ना ब्रांड रिकॉग्निशन मिल रहा है, उस काम में मुझे सबसे ज्यादा खुशी मिल रही थी, गाँव जाके काम करने में। बट फॉर फ्री मैं अपनी पूरी लाइफ उस चीज को अगर देती तो वो शायद एक मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से आने के बाद, मतलब आई एम नॉट बोर्न विद अ सिल्वर स्पून, तो मैं सोशल वर्क में पूरी लाइफ नहीं दे सकती थी। आई नीडेड टू बिल्ड अ करियर डूइंग दिस। सो सिविल सर्विसेज वाज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन फॉर मी बिकॉज अकेडमिक्स में मेरा इंटरेस्ट भी था और सोशल वर्क भी साथ में आ गया, एंड यू गेट अ सेंस ऑफ security when you are working with the government, a sense of dignity when you're working with the government. So I had committed to UPSC by the time Google and Microsoft actually said that we want you. So अगर मुझे फर्स्ट ईयर सेकेंड ईयर में आया होता फिर मैं हाँ कहती, मैं सच बता रही हूँ आपको। बट बाय द टाइम आई हैड मेड अप माई माइंड देयर वाज नो गोइंग बैक। Also, I did not want to be dependent on anyone else because UPSC की जर्नी लंबी होती है, प्रिपरेशन में टाइम लग जाता है, खर्चे होते हैं, बुक्स खरीदनी है, कोर्सेज लेने हैं। तो मैंने डिसाइड किया दैट आई टेक अप अ जॉब दैट अलाउज मी टू स्टे इन दिल्ली वेयर इज माई होम एंड प्रिपेयर अलोंगसाइड अ जॉब। So I took up a job in business consulting in Ernst & Young and stayed in Delhi. And Microsoft और Google को मना करना, पहली बात तो ऑफर सामने से आना was a dream come true.
True. For many of them.
It's still a pinch me moment because the package they offer, the lifestyle they offer, the travel opportunities, the respect you get in society, that is unparalleled. But I think अगर हमने कमिट कर दिया है अपने आप को एक सपने के प्रति, तो उससे बार बार डगमगाना, स्पेशली बिना ट्राई किए, मुझे सही नहीं लगा। एंड जैसा आपने कहा, इट वाज अ वेरी वेरी टफ डिसीजन कि आप क्या सोच के आप कॉलेज में आते हो। स्पेशली हम टीयर 2 कॉलेज के बच्चे, हमें तो मतलब एक इवेंट या कॉन्फ्रेंस अटेंड करने को मिल जाए गूगल माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का, वही बहुत बड़ी बात है।
So how did you face all those questions from your family and friends? I'm very sure आपकी फैमिली का सब फ्रेंड्स का आया होगा, क्या कर रही हो, क्यों कर रही हो, why you are not accepting Google and Microsoft offer, why you have to go for UPSC journey, Google and Microsoft itself are good offers. And that is true. Even I have all these questions.
Even I had all these questions, ma'am. The thing is ma'am, the thing is that I did two things. First is that yes, I was blessed with a supportive family who did not question much of my decisions. मतलब आप देखिए, बीटेक फुल टाइम इंजीनियरिंग के दौरान 15 इंटर्नशिप्स करना इज ऑल्सो नॉट अ वेरी कॉमन और यूजुअल थिंग। तो अगर मैं अपने सारे वीकेंड्स छोड़ रही हूँ, मैं पार्टीज वगैरह छोड़ के मैं रात भर काम कर रही हूँ, सो दैट वाज आल्सो नॉट यूजुअल। सो मेरे डिसीजंस हैव ऑलवेज बीन माय ओन थैंक्स टू द सपोर्ट ऑफ माय फैमिली, बिकॉज आई थिंक फैमिली आल्सो सपोर्ट्स यू व्हेन यू आर डूइंग द राइट thing, when you are doing hard work. The second thing was, ma'am, that this is a principle that I have always followed in life, that I don't blow my own trumpet. मैं unnecessarily ढिंडोरा पीट के बताती नहीं हूँ कि क्या हो रहा है, क्योंकि इट गिव्स अ लॉट ऑफ एडिशनल प्रेशर। तो मैंने रेयरली किसी को बताया होगा कि मेरा गूगल माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में हो रहा है, मैंने रेयरली किसी को बताया होगा कि मैं यूपीएससी की प्रिपरेशन कर रही हूँ। मैंने एक्चुअली, अदर देन माई पेरेंट, मतलब माई फैमिली के अलावा, इमीडिएट फैमिली के अलावा, nobody knew that I was preparing for UPSC until I got selected. All these years nobody knew. मैं किसी भी फंक्शन में जा रही हूँ, किसी भी रिलेटिव से बात हो रही है, all they know is that either she is doing a job and then जब जॉब के बाद MBA. Nobody knew about UPSC and that helps in the long run. शॉर्ट टर्म में बहुत बुरा लगता है कि आप इतने काबिल हो, आपको माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वगैरह से ऑफर आ रहे हैं और आप किसी को बता नहीं रहे हो, तो पीपल ट्रीट यू लाइक जो हमारी नॉर्मल जॉब मेरी लगी थी उसी लेवल पे आपको ट्रीट किया जाता है कि दिस इज योर वर्थ। हम किसी भी फंक्शन में जाते हैं, अच्छा वही नौकरी कर रहे हो, ठीक है ना। ये ताने बहुत होते हैं। अच्छा तो फिर शादी का सोच लो, अच्छा तो तुम कुछ और कर लेती, या फिर हमें तो लगा था कि बहुत कुछ करेगी, कॉलेज में तो इतना कुछ करती थी, स्कूल में भी अच्छी थी, अब ये देखो क्या कर रही है, मतलब छोटी सी नौकरी। और छोटी इन द सेंस कंपनी बहुत बड़ी है, बट द पैकेज वाज वेरी लो कंपेयर टू व्हाट यू गेट अ बिगिनिंग वाला पैकेज इन गूगल एंड माइक्रोसॉफ्ट। तो वो ताने भी सुनने होते हैं। या फिर अगर हम फंक्शन स्किप कर रहे हैं तो कि इतनी भी क्या बात हो गई, फंक्शन में नहीं आ सकती घर के, है ना, ट्रिप्स पे नहीं जा सकती दोस्तों के साथ, ऐसा भी क्या हो गया। सारा कुछ सुनो चुपचाप और चुपचाप अपना काम करते रहो। आई न्यू दैट आई एम सैक्रिफाइसिंग दीज गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर अ बिगर पर्पस, विच वॉज टू बिकम अ सिविल सर्वेंट एंड वर्क फॉर माई ओन कंट्री। एंड समटाइम्स दैट साइलेंट बिलीफ keeps us going. It helps us tide over all the negative noise around us. So the first advice that I will tell you is मेहनत करते रहिए, तो आपकी जो फैमिली है वो आपको क्वेश्चन कम करेगी, सपोर्ट ज्यादा करेगी अगर आप सिंसियरली मेहनत करो. दैट इज नंबर 1. नंबर 2 इज कीप योर गोल्स टू योरसेल्फ एंड डू द हार्ड वर्क. दैट कीप्स अस इंटरनली मोटिवेटेड. वो जो अंदर एक आग लगी रहती है ना कि अभी मैं सब कुछ सुन रहा हूँ, बाद में माई सक्सेस विल स्पीक फॉर माई सेल्फ. दैट हेल्प्स अ लॉट. एंड थर्ड इज जस्ट इग्नोर द नेगेटिव नॉइज. और कई बार वो नेगेटिव नॉइज खुद के अंदर से भी आ सकता है, सेल्फ डाउट आ सकता है कि आई विल बी ऑनेस्ट विद यू. आपने फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ही ये स्टार्ट किया, सो आई विल बी वेरी वल्नरेबल विद यू. द स्टूडेंट्स आर ऑल्सो वॉचिंग. ऐसा कोई हफ्ता नहीं बीता होगा जब मैंने रिग्रेट नहीं किया अपना डिसीजन. I am being so vulnerable in the beginning of this conversation only because you need to know that behind whatever glamour and whatever success you see, there is a lot of mess in the hard work that we do. जब मैंने ये जर्नी शुरू की थी यूपीएससी की, मैंने सोचा था कि जो उस टाइम पे न्यूज में टॉपर्स आ रहे थे फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में फर्स्ट रैंक वाले, इफ यू गाइज रिमेम्बर एनीवन, तो मुझे लगा था कि व्हाई नॉट मी. मतलब मैं इतनी मेहनत कर रही हूँ, इतना सैक्रिफाइस कर रही हूँ, तो और मेरी नीयत भी अच्छी है कि मैं जेन्युइनली काम अच्छा करना चाहती हूँ, तो मेरा तो होना ही है. फर्स्ट नहीं तो सेकंड अटेम्प्ट में तो पक्का ही हो जाएगा. और जब वो नहीं हो रहा था तब वो सेल्फ डाउट आना शुरू होता है कि अरे इससे अच्छा तो गूगल माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ही ले लेते. अरे कम से कम मेरा अपना घर होता, मेरी अपनी गाड़ी होती. मेरे जो दोस्त हैं यूएस जाके सेटल हो गए हैं, कि कईयों ने 2-2 घर खरीद लिए हैं, मैं यहाँ पर 2x2 के कमरे में बैठ के पढ़ाई कर रही हूँ. तो सेल्फ डाउट आता है और रिग्रेट भी होता है. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको फाइनेंशियली एक बेटर जॉब की जरूरत है या आपको एक्सपोजर लेना है इन ड्रीम कंपनीज में, तो दैट इज अ पर्सनल कॉल दैट यू हैव टू मेक फॉर योरसेल्फ. मैंने 4 साल माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, गूगल और टीसीएस और इंटर्नशाला और एसीएम और एनएसएस और फैशन डिजाइनर्स, मैंने हर फील्ड में काम करके देख लिया था. तो मुझे पता थी अपने लिए 2 बातें. पहला कि अगर मैं मेहनत करूंगी तो मैं वापस जा सकती हूँ इन फील्ड्स में. दूसरा कि अगर एक बार, मेरा पर्सनल बिलीफ ये था कि अगर एक बार मुझे मान लीजिए 70-80 लाख रुपए के पैकेज की आदत लग गई, तो इंसान अपने पैर चादर के बाहर करता है और अपना लाइफस्टाइल लैविश बनाता है, एक्सपैंड कर लेता है. तो फिर वापस अपने आप को सिमेट कर यूपीएससी की प्रिपरेशन में आना मुश्किल होगा. तो मैंने सोचा कि पहले I'll give my attempts, I'll give my wholehearted preparation, and then I'll think about other things. By God's grace, it did work out. But yes, there was a lot of self-doubt. Rather than the external noise, it was the internal noise that was tougher for me to deal with. And the only solution to that is just keep your head down and continue the grind.
So, ma'am, like you have cleared many competitive exams, many government exams. So, please tell the audience, like, what are those exams, including PSC, and also, is there any common strategy, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 strategy that you have followed, that you think that helped you to clear those exams, and will help the students as well, so that they can also apply them in whatever examination they are in the cracking, they are appearing into. It's not certain that it is need to be a government exam, but any exam. So what are those 2 or 3 common strategy that anybody can apply?
Okay, so on the first question you asked is about the exams that I have cleared other than UPSC. So first is, of course, UPSC Civil Services. Other than that, I have cleared SSC CGL. Okay, then I have cleared EPFO, Employee Provident Fund Organization का Enforcement Officer exam होता है, that I have cleared. Then I have cleared IB ACIO, which is of Intelligence Bureau. Then I have cleared CBSC Assistant Secretary of Administration, which is also a grade 10 level 10 grade A job of a gazetted officer, just like I am a civil servant over here. So both the starting levels of both the jobs are same. These are the 4-5 exams that I have cleared. I also got corporate job offers meanwhile from a lot of companies, and simultaneously I was a mentor on TopMate platform, wherein I was guiding professionals and students about how to get jobs in data analytics, data visualization, and build a corporate career, how to clear job interviews. So this was the work I was doing. The second aspect that you've asked me about strategy, ma'am, I also cleared the initial stages of exams of SEBI, Grade A Officer, RBI, then DRDO, Administrative Officer. All these exams I have cleared. The strategy that worked for me was having one primary goal, which was UPSC Civil Services, and then aligning the additional goals. Now again be very open about it. In the beginning, I did not give these other exams because I thought that I am meant only for UPSC, civil services, and these exams are not my focus. So I did not want to be distracted in terms of preparation. But when I could not clear these exams, the civil services exam in the beginning, I realized that maybe the government exams demand something else. I have cleared CAT, I have cleared the exams for corporate, जो भी coding का होता है, HR, interview, everything, aptitude. But maybe the government exams demand something else from me. So let me try something which is one notch below. And then I had to put my ego aside. I had to put my ambition or dignity, whatever, aside, and come and apply for these forms, sit for these exams, all the 3 stages in maybe pre-mains interview, ऐसा usually होता है, and understand their pattern. Now, the common strategy was based on a very strategic decision that I only filled for exams wherein the preparation and the syllabus for UPSC was coinciding with the syllabus of this other exam. For example, let's take the example of EPFO. So now the exam for EPFO is also conducted by UPSC as an organization. The syllabus is overlapping in terms of maths, English, comprehension, logical reasoning, history, geography, polity, economy, current affairs. But EPFO exam has additional subjects like computer, accounting, industrial relations, labor laws. Okay. So I identified what part is overlapping in respective exams. I am taking one example. This is applied to all the other exams. What is overlapping? Meaning I will study that with more focus because it will help me in my UPSC exam also. And then what is new? What additional things does this exam demand from me? So जो 4 subjects मैंने आपको बताए, उन 4 subjects के लिए मैं कम समय दूंगी. उन subjects को मैं शायद 2-3 हफ्ते पहले ही पढ़ना शुरू करूंगी एग्जाम से पहले. और जो बाकी पार्ट है उसको मैं इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लूंगी कि जो बाकी एस्पिरेंट्स उस कंपटीशन में बैठ रहे हैं उनसे ज्यादा मेरे मार्क्स कॉमन सब्जेक्ट्स में आ जाए. And then I have the edge over the new subjects, which are new for me also, which are new for the other aspirants also. So this is how I streamlined my preparation without diverting my focus from the UPSC preparation, because that has always been my end goal. But the biggest drive away or the lesson from this instance that I shared with you is that always keep your end goal as your main focus and choose similar goals that are aligning with your end goal so that you are continuously being pushed forward in the direction of your final goal. Otherwise, I could have chosen some random exam like GRE or GMAT. अगर मेरे को अपना सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस वापस पाना था कि मैं एग्जाम क्लियर कर सकती हूँ तो कुछ भी रैंडम ले लेती. लेकिन हमें उसमें भी रिसर्च करनी होती है कि मैं अपने प्लान बी, दीज वर ऑल माय प्लान बी ऑप्शंस, उसको मैं कैसे चुन रही हूँ और उसको मैं कैसे अप्रोच कर रही हूँ. सो दिस इज द स्ट्रैटेजी दैट आई यूज्ड.
Ma'am, like keeping a plan B is a great idea, but my question over here is like it might distract you also from your main goal, because it at times, like if somebody has a plan B, like okay, I'm preparing for UPSC, but then simultaneously I will work in this big MNC as well. Now, by those tempting things, keeping a plan B. So, what do you think? Is it always an advantage, or sometimes it is a disadvantage also? Or to have a plan B?
Ma'am, in the beginning, I agree with you that I felt that plan B would be a distraction. So I did not think about applying to any other exam. But I'll again share one more thing with you, that throughout my journey, I was working in a full-time job. So since the day I graduated, I had a job in which I was working in Gurgaon. And that was my plan B. Corporate was my plan B because I had seen that I can succeed in this direction. Through my internships, I had seen that. So my corporate job was initially my plan B, and also very discarded plan B because I was very sure that I will clear this exam.
You have that kind of confidence that you will clear.
Actually, life brings you down, especially UPSC is very in shattering down your sense of self-belief, self-confidence. It brings you down to your knees, it breaks you down, and then if you still have fire left in you, it will build you up. So that I have learned the hard way. So disclaimer and warning to anybody who is thinking about civil services, please don't think that it's going to be easy. There are some people who clear it in first or second attempt, but that's not very common. And I never took any coaching. So that made the path all the more difficult. Some people have bureaucrats in their family or a lot of coaching support and all that. So please don't compare your journey or story with anybody or with an overnight sensation. Don't make the mistake that I made. That is number one. Number two, you asked about plan B was that, yes, ma'am, corporate job was my plan B. And with a job, doing the preparation was actually tough. Because the corporate world does not give a damn if you have a personal goal or a dream.
True.
वो काम चाहिए, आज का मेरा ये डेडलाइन है, क्लाइंट ने ये बोला है, पूरा करके दो. So
let me just add on one more question. Please tell me about your time schedule as well. Throughout your journey, starting from your college, you get 15 internships. And then apart from that, you were an international speaker as well. And with UPSC preparation, working with EY, that itself a demanding company in terms of when it comes to serving a client, right? So what is your time schedule like? So how many hours do you use to sleep in a day? So to be very precise.
you're bringing back all the trauma, ma'am.
And audience and viewers, I'm very sure that the story somewhat relatable also to you and somewhat overwhelming also for you. So please ask as many questions as you can. I could see many of you are just applauding her journey, and which is like, I will say it is a thing to do, but at the same time I will also request everyone to ask as many questions as you can. It's a platform and it's an inspiring speaker today, and everyone should learn something or other thing from her. Even I'm learning a lot today from her.
It's very, very kind of you, ma'am. Yes, it was tough managing my schedule, doing all the internships, jobs, everything was very tough. The time schedule wala question you asked, I'll answer that first. In college, I had one goal. That was to explore every field out there. The reason for that is, in school, I was a nerd. I am not ashamed of saying that. Till class 8th, I was like, books were my best friends. I had friends, but my best friends were books. Leave me with a book, I am happy to study all day. But that costed me the fact that my personality was bland. Like, I was not participating in sports, I was not on stage, I was living a monotonous life. पढ़ाई में अच्छी है और सिर्फ पढ़ाई में अच्छी है, which is such a shame, because you see your friends getting medals and representing the school, getting appreciated by the teachers so much, and actually having a life. So class 8th onwards, I decided that no matter how difficult it is, I will push myself out of my comfort zone. So I started doing debates, dramatics, poetry, sports, badminton, and that was horrible. It's like somebody started learning in class 1 and 2, and now somebody starting to push ourselves out on stage in class 9th. So that gap was there, and it was humiliating. But then when you push yourself, you also win. So 8th class में अगर मैंने start किया तो 9th class में award मिलने शुरू हो गए. Solo performance, role play, theatre was a big outlet for emotions. Sports was great opportunity to make friends. तो वो करना शुरू किया तो अच्छा लगने लगा. स्कूल को represent किया, Olympiads वगैरह में जीतने लगे तो अच्छा लगने लगा, debates करने लगे. So I realized कि college में मुझे सारी fields explore करनी है. I am in engineering college, but the best thing about being in an engineering college is that you get opportunities in tech as well as non-tech. I had admission in Hindu College, Delhi University, Botany Honours. I was a student of 11th, 12th. I had PCMB, Physics, Chemistry, Maths, Bio. And it was very tough. I should not have taken that.
I have no words. I'm stuck here. That I'm wondering, like, how many questions should I ask? And it's a combined journey. It's so inspiring.
Thank you. Ma'am, I am being very honest with you about everything, because I know these students that are watching. I was this student once upon a time. My eyes are continuously on the chat section. Because I was this student once upon a time. I wanted somebody to be honest with me and tell me that it's not a bed of roses, but it's doable. And कैसे doable है? I am being absolutely vulnerable in front of you. के ask me anything and I'm telling you the honest answers. तो इस तरह से I'm sharing my embarrassing moments also. इस तरह से I started. मैं बहुत बचपन में थी तब I used to be on stage, but then पढ़ाई, सारा मिडिल क्लास फैमिली का यही होता है कि पढ़ाई करो, पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब. तो वही क्या पढ़ाई किया और फिर रियलाइज हुआ कि ना तो नवाब बन रहे हैं ना पर्सनैलिटी डेवलप हो रही है. तो फिर मैंने खेल कूद, स्पोर्ट्स, को करिकुलर्स ये सब शुरू किया. उसके बाद मैम कॉलेज में जो इंटर्नशिप के सवाल भी आ रहे हैं बच्चों के, I started figuring out internships in all the fields that there are available, irrespective of the fact कि मेरे पास कितना experience है. And that is such a humbling experience because you get rejected on a daily basis.
True.
That is like the bread and butter in the beginning years, and don't be ashamed of it. Your rejection email is your badge of honor. It is a proof that you tried to go out of your comfort zone. I started with sources like Facebook, sources like LinkedIn, कि वहाँ पर क्या पोस्ट हो रहा है, naukri.com पे क्या पोस्ट हो रहा है, and then I came across Internshala through a Facebook post wherein they had posted not internship with another company but internship with Internshala as an ISP, Internshala student partner. और एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया भी सिंपल सा था कि आपको बस कॉलेज स्टूडेंट होना है और आपने स्कूल में कुछ अचीव किया हो. तो क्लास 8th 9th ऑनवर्ड्स आई हैड स्टार्टेड अचीविंग बेसिक थिंग्स. प्रीफेक्ट बन गए, स्पोर्ट्स में कुछ कोऑर्डिनेटर बन गए, फेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइज कर दिया. तो लिटरली आई रिमेंबर आई हैड रिटन माय सीवी ऑन अ शीट ऑफ पेपर एंड देन आई वाज अबाउट टू अपलोड इट एंड समबडी टोल्ड कि ऐसे नहीं सीवी अपलोड होता है. तो वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट पे लिखना होता है कि आपने क्या किया, एजुकेशन एंड ऑल. And then I wrote that and I applied to Internshala, got selected as an ISP, and continuously I was searching for more internships, content writing, social media, fashion shows I have done, technological, web development, all of those things. That's how I did these internships, and time management was again at a cost, जो आपने सवाल पूछा था. So saying no to parties, saying no to hangouts. अगर सब लोग मूवी देखने जा रहे हैं तो मैं अपने लेक्चर्स कंप्लीट कर रही हूँ. फिर उसके बाद मैं जो जहाँ पे इंटर्नशिप कर रही हूँ उनकी जो वर्क डेडलाइंस है वो कर रही हूँ. अगर रिमोट इंटर्नशिप है तो घर से काम कर रही हूँ. अगर ऑन साइट है तो ऑफिस जाके कर रही हूँ. इंटर्नशाला ने काफी भगाया है मुझे जब मार्केटिंग कैंपेन्स आपके होते थे कि इधर इधर जाके मार्केटिंग करना है. एंड दैट वाज सो टफ फॉर एन इंट्रोवर्ट. But then that helped me grow, and for that I am again very grateful. So this is how I manage time. It is always a trade-off. जो भी बच्चे पूछ रहे हैं कि कैसे करा, सबसे पहली बात अप्लाई किया, सोशल मीडिया को बहुत सारा यूज किया. आज की तारीख में आप यूज कीजिए लिंक्डइन इन जॉब्स के लिए, इंटर्नशाला फॉर इंटर्नशिप्स, वर्ड ऑफ माउथ, अपने सीनियर से बात कीजिए कि या फिर अपने एलुमनाइज, आपके कॉलेज के या आपके प्रोफेसर्स, ये 3 सोर्सेज, सीनियर्स, एलुमनाइज एंड कॉलेज प्रोफेसर्स, योर फ्रेंड्स, है ना. So where are you applying? What is the procedure? I used to do a lot of hackathons. I used to participate in a lot of hackathons. तो वहाँ नए लोगों से मिल रहे हो, conferences में जा रहे हो, नए लोगों से मिल रहे हो. These are the 5 sources I'm sharing with you: alumni, seniors, professors, conferences, hackathons, and 6th is online portals.
Okay.
उसके बाद क्या कीजिए? Have an appetite for rejection. एक बहुत बढ़िया लाइन है कि जिल्लत का कोटा सबका होता है, जितना जल्दी पूरा कर लोगे उतनी जल्दी इज्जत मिलनी शुरू हो जाएगी. सो हैव दैट जिल्लत. एंड नाउ वी आर यंग, सो डोंट हैव एनी ईगो और एनीथिंग. जस्ट गो विद द फ्लो एंड कीप ऑन वर्किंग हार्ड, कीप ऑन अपस्किलिंग योरसेल्फ. Then the trade-off will come at the cost of your friendship, the cost of your fun, the cost of time pass, class bunking, all of those things. Be ready for that. I am not asking you to live like a monk or as a nerd. Have fun, but you should be always conscious about the trade-off that you're doing. Let's say आज मैं अगर पार्टी में जा रही हूँ अपनी 2 घंटे की पढ़ाई छोड़कर या अपनी 4 घंटे की इंटर्नशिप का काम बैकलॉग में छोड़कर, तो कल मुझे उसे कवर अप करना है या वीकेंड पे मुझे कवर अप करना है. You are the best thing about being your own boss is that you are also your own employee. So treat that life of yours as an organization. You're running a dream. You're running towards a dream. So be accountable only to yourself. Then you will not have to be answerable to anybody else, not to your parents, your family, your friends, because you know you're doing the right thing for yourself. That is the another takeaway. And with job, the last part that you asked, ma'am, with job, how I was managing my time was that my office was about 2 hours away from my home. So while traveling in metro or cab, so I used to study. तो 2 घंटे आने के, 2 घंटे जाने के, तो वो 4 घंटे में पढ़ाई में जाते थे. और फिर घर आने के बाद पैसिव लर्निंग करती थी करीबन 1-2 घंटा. और ऑफिस में जब लंच ब्रेक हो रहा है, टी ब्रेक हो रहा है, कुछ लोग गॉसिप ब्रेक्स भी लेते हैं, सो वो सब अवॉइड करके read my newspaper, do the current affairs, passive learning a lot. Passive learning is a big deal that helped me. Yeah.
Ma'am, Shreya is asking, ma'am, I am engineering 2nd year ENPC student from Jan, and from Jan onwards I have started UPSC preparation. What plan B I can take? I'm very confused. Which exam should I target, or it should any MNC, please? So her question is like, she is an engineering 2nd year ENTC student and she started her UPSC preparation in January, this year, January onwards. So she's asking that what plan B should she keep in parallel to that UPSC preparation?
Okay. श्रेया, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स गुड डिसीजन दैट यू मेड इन टाइम. मैंने फाइनल ईयर में आके डिसाइड किया था, तो आपने टाइम से डिसाइड कर लिया. दैट इज one positive advantage working in your favor if you're sure about this. Now, since you have already decided in second year itself that you will appear for UPSC, I don't think you should distract yourself with other exams because आप बहुत टाइम से स्टार्ट कर रहे हो. मैंने स्टार्ट तब किया था जब मेरी जरूरत हो गई थी कि मुझे फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट भी होना है साथ में ही, क्योंकि जब मैं फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड ईयर में थी तो मैं इंटर्नशिप्स कर रही थी, एक्सप्लोर कर रही थी अपने लिए जर्नी को. आपने अभी से अपना डिसाइड कर लिया तो दैट इज योर वन हेड स्टार्ट, किक स्टार्ट जो आपको बेनिफिट करेगा. तो अभी मैं आपको ऑनेस्ट एडवाइस ये दूंगी दैट प्लीज डोंट फोकस ऑन प्लान बी और कॉर्पोरेट जॉब तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं. बट प्लान बी आप मेरे से पूछ रहे हो तो मैं आपको एग्जाम्स के नाम बता सकती हूँ दैट विल हेल्प यू बिकॉज दे ओवरलैप विद द प्रिपरेशन फॉर यूपीएससी. सो वन इज ईपीएफओ, एनफोर्समेंट ऑफिसर, एंड एपीएमसी. दो एग्जाम्स होते हैं. ग्रेड बी का ऑफिसर होता है ईओ और ग्रेड ए का भी होता है. ठीक है, दैट इज वन. Number two is CBSE secretary, administration secretary. For that, anybody can apply. I also cleared the exam for CBSE finance and banking skills secretary because I did my MBA. I was eligible for that because of that. But you are hopefully eligible for CBSE administration secretary. That is number two. Number three is SSC CGL. But CGL pattern is very different because they focus more on current affairs, author of books and all, which we don't really study in the kind of data that we don't study for UPSC preparation. So it's a little bit away from the UPSC goal. That is number three that I did. Number four is IB ACIU. That is very similar to UPSC, Intelligence Bureau, ACIU officer. These are the four options that I had in mind and I did. Other than that, there are a couple of things. I think this will be helpful for all the students because if you're a graduate, you're eligible to apply for all these. Niti Aayog Young Professional YP program is there. For that, if you're a graduate, you're eligible. I was eligible. I gave interviews there. I was selected twice over there. Once for young professional, once for consultant level because later I had work experience also. Niti Aayog. Then I was also selected for this NIELP, which is a National Institution for Education and Learning, something like that. It's related to the field of education and learning, and the process is very similar. Rather, this is just one exam and one interview, which we can clear with basic knowledge of current affairs. These are the 6-7 options that you can think about. Other than that, there is DRDO SAO, which is something that I cleared. DRDO Senior Administrative Officer. Again, current affairs, maths, logical reasoning. The whole syllabus of UPSC paper 2, GS में जो हमसे पूछा जाता है, English, maths और logical reasoning. So please study about these exams. I have given you about 8-9 options, and I hope these help. And if you have any further queries, then I'll be happy to guide.
So great answer. So let me take the another question. Ria is asking, please tell some important thing as a student should know while taking a degree.
While picking a degree?
While picking a degree or might be like, if I could understand her question better, like if she wants to pick any course to pursue.
Okay, so she might be in class 12th or something. She might be in school. And she wants to grad. Okay, so if UPSC is your goal, then any degree is fine because UPSC only demands you to be a graduate in any degree from any college. Does not matter tier 1, 2, 3. IIT के लोग भी आते हैं, उनका भी नहीं क्लियर हो पाता है. टियर 3 अननोन कॉलेज से लोग आते हैं, वो भी आईएएस बन जाते हैं. तो कॉलेज और डिग्री का इतना मैटर नहीं करेगा रिया. बट चूज समथिंग. If UPSC is clearly in your head, choose something that might become your optional subject later on. So my optional was sociology. I have done engineering in my graduation, but had I taken sociology as my if I would have done BA honors in sociology, like some of my friends have done, so that would have been an additional advantage because the optional has 2 papers which are in total 500 marks, and that plays a huge role in your success in UPSC. So choose that stream in which you feel you have interest. You can study it for 3-4 years and clear UPSC in this direction. Additional thing I would say, I think answering the previous question and Ria's question both, please try to have a mentor for yourself. I did not take coaching from anywhere, no courses. मेरे पास नहीं थे 2 लाख रुपए एक साल के देने के लिए, बहुत महंगी होती है UPSC की कोचिंग. And also I did not have the luxury of time because I was working simultaneously. तो मैं कब जाती कोचिंग लेने. But later on, very late in my preparation, I found mentors who guided me about how to clear prelims, how to clear mains, how to improve your marks in mains. So a brief about me is that I have cleared prelims 3 times, written mains 3 times of UPSC, and then cleared mains also 2 times. So given interview 2 times. So 3 mains, 2 interviews, and then 1 final selection. Having a mentor is very, very, very important, irrespective of getting a coaching or not. There are many people who take coaching and still they are not able to clear. So coaching is not a guarantee of selection, but having a good mentor in what you're doing, even if you are going to corporate, even if you're going to have a startup, for example, Internshala is a great startup, or if you're going for UPSC, having a mentor is very important. And I think, ma'am, one reason we were talking about how I mentor students for free. अभी ये data analytics या job कैसे पानी है, corporate में entry कैसे करना है, promotion कैसे पाना है. For that I was mentoring for about 6-7 years. And then now जब से UPSC clear हुआ है, I have been mentoring about 3,000-4,000 people for UPSC. The only reason for that is it's my selfish reason that I don't want another सृष्टि जिसकी लाइफ के 5-6 साल खराब हो जाए, क्योंकि उन सालों की कोई रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है, उन आंसुओं की कोई रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है. सो दिस इज माय सेल्फिश रीजन दैट आई मेंटर सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स on Telegram, on YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere. I think ma'am will share my social media with you, Legends with Srishti है और Instagram पर और Telegram पर. The only reason for that is that mentor का value मुझे बहुत देर से समझ आया, मुझे mentor बहुत देर से मिले, और now I just feel that I am on a mission that किसी और सृष्टि के वो लाइफ के साल ना खड़ा हो. That's the only intention. So please have a mentor for yourself. Whatever you want to achieve, there is somebody who has been there, done that. Take guidance from that person.
Ma'am, there is one more portion which actually we can take. It's regarding the interview, because the interview itself a very crucial round in clearing any MNC or any government examination. So Divanshu is asking, what is the best way to explain myself to others? It is kind of the tell me about yourself portion, how to best answer that. And sometimes it seems more difficult when it is communicating other than the mother tongue. It's more of like how to speak in English during interviews other than your mother tongue when questions like tell me about yourself is being asked.
Devanshu, very good question, because when I used to guide about interview preparation, this was a very common question from students. Even the people who have gotten a job and they want promotion, unko bhi ye problem aata hai. The best way, I think I'll share a few action steps, something that you can actually take away from this session. Please note it down. Number one thing is, write down on paper, what will you answer if somebody asks you, tell me about yourself. I know it sounds very simple. In our head, we are like, हाँ मैं ये बताऊंगा, I'll tell my educational background, I'll tell my name, I'll tell my college, I'll tell my aspirations, I'll tell my hobbies, I'll tell my strengths and weaknesses. These 5-6 things come to our mind. But when we start speaking, we start fumbling. We are missing out important points. We are saying something that is not so important, and we are forgetting something that was so important for the job. Okay, so write down. You will have about 1 page. Always just this is for all the audience members, all the students. Whenever you attend a session or whenever you are in a meeting or anything, always sit with a notepad and pen, because important points हम भूल जाते हैं. ठीक है? So write down, and then you will edit it. You will realize that this sentence is too long. I could have said it in a shorter way, in a simpler way. I have forgotten this thing. I will add this thing. So once you edit that proper speech of yours, make it 30 seconds. Or 25 seconds, okay? So once you've written it, then you speak it and you record it in your phone, your audio, okay? So tailor it accordingly to be for 30 seconds, not more than that, okay? And third point is, include relevant aspects for the job. Let's say you are applying for the job of a web designer. So you have to include your skill set and your efficiency in web development. Which languages do you know? Which projects you have worked on? So it can be 30 seconds to 1 minute based on how much details you're putting. And then edit it and record yourself. First, record your audio. You ensure it is for 30 seconds to 1 minute. And then the last step is record your video while speaking it. So you will realize how you are coming across as a candidate to the recruiter. Are you appearing confident, fluent, calm, sensible, or are you just looking left and right, avoiding eye contact, feeling conscious, touching your hair and face again and again? That is a sign of nervousness. fidgeting. Some people start biting their nails or do that stuff unconsciously, so that gives off a negative impression. ठीक है, so सबसे पहले you write it, second you tailor it according to the job or the profile, third you record your audio, you ensure that it is around 30 seconds to 1 minute, your relevant points and skills are included, your projects are included, fourth record your video, see your body language, the non-verbal communication cues, and then you are ready for how to introduce myself. And the second aspect, I can see your question over here is, okay, when it is not in my mother tongue, so it's okay. Basically, your mother tongue is your comfort zone, but usually corporate operates in English, like it or not. So try to, again, the same thing. When you write it in English. When you record it in English. Listen to people speaking in English. And and also one more thing you can do is start speaking with your friends and family in English. Initially, they will make fun of you. They will discourage. They will laugh. But eventually, they will respect. They will support. And you will improve. You are doing it for yourself. And they will be proud of you. I hope it helps.
Then there are many questions regarding internships. So obviously we can't take all of them, but to summarize it, I will say that 2 or 3 strategy to how that you used to start your internship journey. So like first is how to decide कि करनी कहाँ पे है, where to apply for. Like where to apply for, obviously there is none other than for the other portal like Internshala, but in which field you should apply to. कि वो content writing में जाऊँ या designing में जाऊँ, because being a first year or second year student अब तक आपको ज़्यादा interest का idea ही नहीं होता कि what you are interested in. तो आपका वो start क्या था, like what was the thought we are aware कि you want to explore more and more, but what was the thought कि कौन सी internship में apply करूँ, और ऐसे करके 15 internships आपने कैसे apply कर ली, क्या strategy थी जो आपने common apply की throughout 15 internships के लिए?
The first part of the question that, yes, my thought was to explore. Second part of the question that how do I decide which one to go for? I did a very rudimentary level research. I wrote down all my skill sets and my experience on a Word document, actually on a sheet of paper before a Word document. Then I made my CV. And I went through a lot of job portals and Facebook posts which were hiring interns and saw their eligibility criteria. What are they looking for? Am I eligible for it? Let's say they are looking for somebody who is a iOS app developer. मुझे basic C++ नहीं आती थी first year में, because I was a PCMB student. Remember, computing नहीं पढ़ा था. In fact, my first computer was purchased when I was in second year. ठीक है, तो अगर मैं eligible नहीं हूँ और वो technical skill is demanded in a job or an internship, then I will not apply for it. Or the skill that I don't have, whatever it is. Let's say they demand you to go on door-to-door sales, something I'm not comfortable with. I won't apply. I won't waste my time and the recruiter's time. That is number one. Respect yourself as well as the other person. Second, have a list of, it's basically your SWOT analysis, which is SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. What are my strengths and weaknesses? What are the opportunities I'm looking for? And what are the threats for me right now? What is something that I'm lacking? Okay. Do your SWOT analysis. And then see what kind of internship is aligning with it. Let's say I am comfortable with content writing because I have good writing skills, and the company is a small startup. It's not directly Google, Microsoft. I will still apply because the job is aligning with me. It will give me work experience and I will grow as a professional. So I did not see the name of the brand initially when I was applying and doing the work. I only saw the work that is demanded from me and what kind of vision the company is having. These are the 2-3 things. Then, ma'am, one more thing you asked, that how did I do 15? This is a thing called domino effect. So you put one piece of brick into motion and then so many bricks fall in your favor. So I have done so many unpaid internships, literally. When I look back, I have done so much free labor and given so much profits to companies for free. But that helped me groom into a better professional today. And doing good in one internship gave me a referral to another. Let's say यहाँ के जो recruiting manager हैं वो दूसरी कंपनी में चले गए, या उनके कोई दोस्त हैं तो उन्होंने अपने friend को recommend कर दिया मेरा नाम. Then I'm getting job opportunities from there also. And I honestly think that Google, Microsoft came like this because I did not apply. They found my profile and they reached out to me and they had my contact details. So this referral system works. Then second, I think being very vigilant and active on social media, because आजकल क्या होता है, especially on LinkedIn, when I see it, the moment a job is posted by an organization, thousands of people apply for it. So you have to be very quick, and in terms of applying. Second, in terms of being relevant. And third, additional step. This is the cherry on top. This is the secret sauce. See in your network who works in that company. For example, I want a job in Microsoft. I have applied for it. I have followed the full process. I am eligible. I am preparing for the coding interview and everything. But I will see in my network who are the people working in Microsoft. I will share with them a small message, which is very respectful and specific. This is the job ID. This is the profile. This is my CV. This is my intention, and I'm available for joining in the next 3 months or joining in the next 3 weeks. I would really appreciate if you could refer. Getting a referral from somebody in your professional network actually tops up your profile. And when I was in EY, I have referred somewhere around 300 people. And they have gotten, most of them have gotten jobs, but referring 300 people means that having such a big network that people can trust you, reach out to you. And when you are the person who is asking for help, you also have to be the person who is giving help to others. So it always has to be symbiotic, and build your professional network on whichever platform you are.
Great advice, and very relevant one, and very action-oriented advice. So, ma'am, there is one more question we could take. So again, relatable, and Shruti is asking that I am from Navodaya and very introvert due to some condition. I am going to complete college from home, so I am very scared. How I improve my personality and how I can participate in programs on stage. So, ma'am, when that you were introvert, and to overcome that, you did host, being a speaker. You did all those participation into being a speaker. But ma'am, for me also the question is that how to take that first step. अपने आप में उस डर को overcome करना, knowing that people will laugh at me, I am an introvert, how to face the world, knowing all these things, having that all these things in the mind, and still taking that step one. So what is that in your mind that you bring in that help you to take that step one?
It was tough, ma'am, because हाँ, जितना हम सोच लें कि हमें पता है हमारे अंदर काबिलियत है, and we are working hard and we are efficient, the fear of embarrassment is very big, and especially if you are an introvert and you're not on stage very much. So yes, there was this fear, and yes, I have felt embarrassed, insulted, scared, humiliated, sad, depressed, all these things, all the negative emotions that come when you get a rejection email or when you get mocked by somebody. But I realized that after 2 or 3 days, people don't even remember, because they move on with their own life. In fact, after 2 or 3 minutes, nobody gives a damn. They move on to the next gossip. She got rejected, ha ha ha, let's move on to next. It's me who has been thinking about it for 2 months, 3 months. Okay, see, I got rejected, because it's so personal. So I think looking at the bigger picture, realizing that so one of my favorite poems is कि नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर दीवार पर चढ़ती है, चढ़ती दीवारों से 100 बार गिरती है. तो हरिवंश राय बच्चन जी. तो हम चलना सीख रहे हैं. कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड इज सो न्यू टू अस दैट हम चलना सीख रहे हैं. तो अगर एक छोटा बच्चा भी चलते हुए गिरता है तो आप उसे मोटिवेट और अप्रिशिएट करते हो ना, नहीं खड़े हो, कुछ नहीं हुआ, छोटी तो कोई छोटी बात है. तो बी काइंड टू योरसेल्फ आल्सो. वी आर आवर ओन वर्स्ट क्रिटिक्स. वी आर सो हार्श ऑन आवरसेल्फ. बट अगर हम किसी और को देखें, अपने किसी बेस्ट फ्रेंड को आप देखो कि उसको रिजेक्शन मिला है, आप उसका मजाक उड़ाओगे या आप उसको क्रिटिसाइज करोगे या आप उसको बोलोगे कि नहीं, यू डिड इट once, now appear again, try again, किसी और जगह try करो. So be kind to yourself and ignore what the world is saying. It is tough, but we have to learn how to ignore and treat yourself as a friend. Treat as if you would treat your best friend, or or you would treat a child. And then we'll see that self-talk shifts from being critical to motivational. And that's all that we need.
So many of you are asking how to connect with ma'am. So I have shared her YouTube channel and email ID you can through that you can connect with her. So, ma'am, is there any other way to connect with you?
Yes, ma'am. I am sharing my Instagram handle, which
Yeah,
is
please do that.
Srishti_23.11. And on Telegram also it is Srishti Gupta_UPSC. UPSC, SSC, CGL, but you can find it under UPSC. There's a Telegram channel, and it has thousands of students, aspirants who I guide. So yeah, these are 2-3 things. There is a WhatsApp community also, wherein I interact with them personally. But once you connect on Instagram mainly, I think Instagram I'm very active with the replies, or on email, then I'll share those contacts also. Or otherwise, there is Legends with Srishti, जिसका आपने YouTube channel का नाम share कर दिया है. उसके comment section में the students ask queries and I reply personally to them.
So, ma'am, actually, there is a follow-up question on the last question itself. That if you are not attending a full-time college and still you want to improve your personality, then how to do that? Because when you go to college, you get many opportunity through college. But I guess she is doing correspondence, and now she is worried that how she can improve her personality.
See, your personality is tested only in the interview level. And for that, to reach that level, you first have to Shreya, right? So, Shreya, you have to first clear the prelims and the mains. That will come with knowledge. Other than that, for working on your personality, the suggestions that I gave earlier to, I think, Debanshu, who was asking about how to introduce yourself, those suggestions stay valid. You have to understand how to speak, how to talk about yourself by writing about it, then auditing yourself in your audio, in your voice tone, in your body language, through recording your audio and your video. These are some things you can do. Another thing that you can do that is really helpful is listening to podcasts and interviews. Whoever you look up to, they must have given an interview, whether it's author, speaker, celebrity, Bollywood star, or startup founder, anybody you like or you look up to. Listen to their podcasts and interviews, see how they speak, how they carry themselves, how they handle tricky questions, what are the ways in which they dress. Personality dressing से भी आपका determine होता है. Having a disciplined routine, that will build a stronger personality. And one additional thing is do some physical activity. The preparation phase demands us to sit on table for 10 to 12 hours, makes our life sedentary. But having a sport, for example, I used to play badminton. I used to go to the park for walking, brisk walking for 15 minutes. I used to feed animals and birds, dogs, cats, pigeons. So that just kept me physically active, and that helps in building your personality. Otherwise, health problems also start coming and they affect our personality. So do some physical activity, listen to podcasts and interviews, and do the activity, the 4-step activity that I shared earlier.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So when the questions are keep coming, I'm sure, and this is the most invested audience we have seen so far. And so the time, I understand that we have this limited time. And so students, you know now how to connect with ma'am. So you can put up the questions directly through her Telegram channel, to her Instagram channel, and her email ID and YouTube channel. And and
if you want to work with me directly, then I'll be happy to give you an internship with myself also. I am very happy to have video editors, social media managers, anything. Basically, again, going back to the Srishti of 5 years ago, whatever opportunity you want, mentorship you want, or work you want, please let me know. If I have that opportunity, I'll give it to you, or I'll connect you with somebody who is looking for interns or employees.
See, through Internshala, you do get internships.
Through Internshala sessions also, you might get internships.
Yeah. So thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your journey so honestly. It is truly inspiring and gives a lot of perspective to everyone here. So once again, ma'am, over to you if any last advice or last message you want to give. Like just how to stay consistent in whatever dream you have, how to stay consistent, and your last thought, and we'll wrap it up.
Ma'am, before I share that, how many students did we have attendees today?
So we have now we have 53, but overall in the session there were 60 to 65 attendees.
Okay. So, ma'am, my first advice would be to decide very consciously whether you want to appear for UPSC, whether you want to go for a corporate job, or whether you want to do both and you are capable of managing both. That is first analysis, self analysis that we have to do. Second, if you have made up your mind that this is my goal, whatever it is, then don't listen to the external noise and also the self doubt, because it is human tendency that whenever we level up, the chaos and the confusion comes. It is our self belief and our hard work that will make us succeed. And number three is course correction. Continuously, you will have to figure out what you are doing wrong and how to improve and implement that. मैंने 3 मेंस लिखे, हर बार मैंने अपने स्कोर को इम्प्रूव किया. वो कैसे इम्प्रूव किया? अपनी गलती खुद ही देखकर इम्प्रूव करनी होती है. So that course correction is very important. These 3 takeaways from my side. And one last thing I would also share is that since we have college students, so ma'am also shared in the introduction that I'm a speaker in colleges and I judge hackathons. So if you want to interact directly, you can invite me to your college for a session or for any competitions, and my team will get back with you.
Thank you so much, viewers, for your time and being so invested throughout the session and asking such relatable questions. And as many of you must know, and those who doesn't know, this is a webinar series, Start Confidently, and it is the aim for it to help you begin your career with clarity and confidence. And every week we invite such experienced professionals to share their journey and help you navigate your career better. So we'll see you in the next inspiring story. Until then, all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a great host.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And the audience has been lovely. I loved answering your questions, all of you, and I hope to see you also succeed very, very soon. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye, ma'am. Yeah.
Bye.